Hi friends, I'm taking out our study material ninth problem here. The illustration I'm taking because it's a lengthy one. You need to have explanation, more explanation. That is why I'm taking out the illustration straight away. It is Champs Materials ninth problem. From the following balances and particulars of Republic College, prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 16 and balance sheet as on that date. So, seminar and conference receipts is simple words. The time by for the first time we are having information of ledger balances. See, these all are credit balances, these are our debit balances. Credit balance will go to liability side, and credit balance also may go to income side. Debit balances will go to expenditure side, or it will go to balance sheet asset side. So, seminar conference receipt, this is Republic College. For conducting seminar and conferences, through conducting seminar and conferences, they got 4,80,000. And for providing consultancy service in the college for like for giving advice after completion of your the graduation, you will be placed for placement consultancy services. They might have hired for that, and hiring the experts, and then you need to make some payment for them. So that amount they may be charging from the students. Similarly, seminars and conference receipts, they are collecting from the students, and in conducting the seminars, conferences, or for providing consultancy services, they also may incur some expenses. That is given here. You can see seminar conference expense, consultancy expense. I have told you, whenever you collect any receipt for particular activity, the expenses is to be adjusted from the concerned income. So deduct from seminar receipts and consultancy receipts. Right away, what I do, instead of going back and scrolling, I'll be taking out the income and expenditure account. You can see seminar conferences 4,80,000 less expenses, net effect they have taken. Consultancy charges, consultancy expenses, net effect they have taken. So the heading is Republic College income and expenditure. Income side, these two items have been completed. Let me put tick mark also, so that we'll be knowing the remaining items. This has been explained. From these receipts, the expense has been deducted. Okay, so these things have been taken into consideration. Now you got the idea on this, no? So I'm taking out now. This has been completed, taken. Right, next one. Come back to credit side. Security deposit students will go to balance sheet liability side. Capital fund will go to balance sheet liability side. Research fund will go to balance sheet liability side. Building fund, specific fund will go to balance sheet liability side. Liability side. Provident fund is for the benefit of the employees or workers who are working in organization. It is a liability. When they are leaving, you need to make a payment. It's called as provident fund. You'll be discussing much about that when you go to CA Inter in Group 1 in income tax. You'll be learning. So all these items will go to balance sheet liabilities, no? So directly let us go to balance sheet liabilities side. Capital fund, yes, given capital fund is like a capital. Opening balance sheet not required. This we will be knowing only after preparing income and expenditure. Research fund taken, building fund, and then these three funds you are having. These three funds have been taken. Provident fund is also there. Yeah, provident fund. Provident fund. And we are also having some security deposits, I think. Okay, we discussed somewhere we are having that secure deposit. When we read the problem thoroughly, we'll get a clarity. So capital fund is completed, research fund is completed, building fund is completed, provident fund. Tuition fees received 8 lakhs is income for them. Government grants, if it is specific, balance sheet liability side. Non-specific, nothing is mentioned, we are assuming as non-specific. Non-specific means it will be taken to income and expenditure credit side. For the first time, you are having a problem of trial balance. If I've told you in the beginning when I was explaining this topic, I've told you when when you are preparing the big institutes, when they are having systematic accounting, I was telling, like referring to colleges, etc. So they will be maintaining complete thorough ledger accounts, so that when ledger accounts are being maintained, instead of depending upon receipts and payment account, directly you can open ledger balances through which you can prepare income and expenditure balance sheet. So whatever the problem so far we have done, from receipts and payment account, preparing income and expenditure balance sheet, because you are having not proper systematic records have not been maintained. When proper systematic records have been maintained, we can get the ledger balances. It is nothing but trial balance. If we arrange all the ledger balances at one place according to their the nature, we debit or credit, it is called as trial balance. So how you'll be knowing, sir, it's a trial balance? Because ledger balance are given. Ledger balance are given means they're properly maintaining accounts. Okay, so tuition fees received is income, government grants, donations, if nothing is mentioned, we are assuming non-specific donation. Non-specific donation means credited to income and expenditure, interest, dividend, hostel room rent, mess receipts. All these items have been taken to income and expenditure. 1 2 3 4 5 6, you can see income and expenditure account, all these are appearing. Tuition fees, government grants, income from investment, hostel room, mess receipt. So almost all the items, donations, yes. 1 2 3 4 5 6 items. Tuition fees, government grants, 2, income 3 4 5, just to cross check whether all items have been taken or not. 6. So 6 items, we have put a tick mark here. These all are income. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now college store sales. See, college stores opening stock, college stores purchases. Clear to all of you? So opening stock is there, opening stock is there, purchases is there, sales is there. If you can get closing stock, you can prepare trading account of Republic College, because they are having a stores department where they are buying, they are selling. Not only they are buying and selling, they are also consuming. You can see here some information has been given. Materials and supplies consumed from college stores. Teaching department has used some material supplies. Research department have used some materials and supplies. Student welfare department has used some materials and supplies. Games and sports department has used some sports material and supplies. If you look at it, 50, 150, 75, 25, 3 lakhs worth of materials has been consumed from purchase. They have sold and they have consumed. We are also having opening stock. That means instead of preparing trading account, what we can do, since the third adjustment that has been given, store selling prices are fixed at a given net profit of 10% on selling price. So that is why what they have done here, without opening trading account, since directly percentage of profit is given, directly 7,50,000 into 10% is taken to credit side of income and expenditure as gross profit. Otherwise you have to prepare which account? Trading account. By preparing trading account, gross profit will be transferred to income and expenditure. In the beginning of my chapter, this chapter, I told you sometimes you need to prepare like restaurant trading account, bar trading account, I told you. So if you are having stores for college also, you need to prepare which account? Trading account. But cleverly what they have done, you have used the information given. Actually this is IPCC standard, but since we need to work out one model, I am explaining this. No need to worry about it. You need to do twice or thrice for doing it. So 7,50,000 is college store sales. On that, since percentage of profit has been given, why should I prepare trading account directly? 7,50,000, 10%, 75,000 has been created to which account? Trading account. That is income and expenditure. You can see here. Profit store sales. How you got, sir? 7,50,000 into 10%, 75,000. Clear to all of you? So almost credit side has been completed. This secure deposit students also will go to liabilities side. This we need to show. Capital fund taken, research fund, building fund, tuition fees we have taken, government grants, all these items have been worked out. No, only one thing. Now what is that, sir? Secure deposit students. You know, secure deposit student means in your college days, like those who are having um, systematic, a very big college, reputed college, having all facilities, like you talk about library deposit, books deposit, or some other deposits like a lab. If they are conducting labs, lab deposit, secure deposit, they keep it as security. When you leave the college, they will be giving you back. So it's a liability for the college. Okay, when you're leaving, why the secure deposit? If something has been damaged or you are not giving them back, I think that amount will be deducted. That is why I say NOC, no objection certificate, you need to get from various departments. So when the student is leaving the college, you need to make the payment. That is what is a liability. Similarly, we are also having one more liability. What is that? Outstanding expenses. So all these things, the 7,50,000, 10% we have taken income and expenditure. Now let us see, these two will be taken to balance sheet liabilities side, which is given here. So building fund, provident fund is completed, secure deposit is completed, outstanding expenses. So all items have been completed except this. This information will be knowing only after preparing income and expenditure. Actually here you got the answer. Surplus is added to capital fund, no? The same thing. So how you got 3,19,000? We need to see almost credit side items has been completed from trial balance. That is advantage you are having when you go for, you are provided with the trial balance information. Now let me take you to the debit side now. Stock and stores are supplies. Purchases, stores and supplies, 8 lakhs. Now we got opening stock of stored supplies. We got purchase, stores and supplies. We also got sales. And we also got the information of 3 lakhs worth of sports material has been consumed. I've told you, know, here consumed. So opening stock plus purchases plus consumed by college minus cost price of goods sold, then you can get closing stock. No, because you need to have the information of closing stock. For that purpose you need it. Otherwise when you got gross profit, if closing stock is given, we need not use. Why I am using this information? Use it to find out closing stock. What is that I need to use the closing stock, my dear friends? 3 lakhs and 8 lakhs. These two I need use it to find out closing stock. Okay, if you want to try trading account, you can try. How, sir? Opening stock you take, purchases you take, consumed you take. Consumed is as good as sale. And cost of goods sold, 7,50,000 minus 75,000. You can get closing stock also. Or you can, even if you after getting closing stock, you can also get gross profit by preparing which account? Trading. It's a waste of time. Don't waste your time. Not straight away what I am doing, I am taking you to find out how to find out closing stock. Let me take you to working notes number 1. Material supplies closing stock. Opening stock I have told you 3 lakhs, purchase 8 lakhs, 11 lakhs. Cost of material supplies sold. Sales minus profit is equal to cost price, no? This is what I sold. It's cost price of goods sold. 6 lakhs 75. Consumed I have given already 3 lakhs. How you got 3 lakhs consumed? Here the problem I told you. consumed. These four items, if you add 50 plus 150, 250, 150 plus 52 lakhs, 2 lakhs 75 plus 20, 3 lakhs has been consumed. In order to find out closing stock, you can see that opening stock of material plus purchase of material minus sold minus consumed. See, like, goods withdrawn for personal purpose, drawings, we say that is also to be deducted in order to find out cost of goods sold. So then cost of goods sold plus cost of goods used, if you deduct, you are getting closing stock. This unsold stock is taken to balance sheet asset side. You can see stock working notes number 1 lakh 25. Since we are not preparing trading account, no need to go for trading account. Even if you go for trading account also, you'll be getting the answer number of times I have told you. Okay, now come back to this now. Now, salaries teaching 8,50,000. This we are assuming as a cash. The reason is that the materials were also used by teaching department. Let us see. Teaching salaries 8,50,000. Am I right? Plus here, teaching department has consumed some material. Means that from college stores that has been used. Maybe stores, what type of stores we don't know. Maybe food stuff or any books or anything. It can be anything. Stores, from the college stores, teaching staff has purchased. So later on they are adjusting from salaries. So 8,50,000 plus 50, it is coming to how much? They have separated, sorry. You can add or they can separate it. Material supplies consumed by teaching staff has been separated. Or 8,50,000 plus 50, you can write. What they have done, this is being paid in cash now. For this particular thing, they have taken as an expense. Teaching. Research department salary is 1,20,000. 1,20,000. So this is both will go to debit side of income and expenditure. This has been completed. Scholarship, scholarship you will be getting from the government grant by the college, that is to be paid to students. Expenditure, student welfare expenses expenditure, repairs and maintenance expenditure, game sports expenses expenditure, miscellaneous expenditure. So let us see how many items are there. Now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, these items has to be taken to income and expenditure account. Let us see. The teaching is completed, research is completed, material supplies consumed, teaching department consumed, research department consumed. This information we are having from here. Teaching department consumed, research department consumed. So that is completed. Repairs and maintenance, we have already seen that. 1,12,000, correct? Okay, repairs and maintenance 1,12,000. Sports and games expenses cash, student welfare expenses cash. You can see student welfare expenses, games and sports expenses. For student welfare activities, they have paid some cash. For conducting games and sports, they have spent some cash. And for student welfare activities and also for conducting sports, they have used some material. Sports material, the material from college stores has been used. 75 plus 25. That is why what they have done, 75,000 has been added here. Student welfare expense, that means in cash they have spent some amount. In the form of materials they have spent some amount. Materials is nothing but in kind. And similarly also we can say kind. That means sports and games expenses is being paid in cash. By using the sports materials from stores, they have spent. So it is coming to how much? 75,000 and 1,13,000. I think so far the expenses part has been completed. Now scholarship also we have seen. Scholarship, miscellaneous expenses, these expenses will be taken to income and expenditure account. That is being completed now. So these all expenses have been posted. Now research fund investment. For conducting research, you are having some fund. That fund, like in colleges they'll be having, like you might have seen COVID-19, and we got Oxford University is conducting some research on that. Say some big colleges, they'll be having some research fund, research activities for which they'll be creating some fund, and that fund is being invested. The income which you get is used for carrying out the research activity. So research fund investment is an asset. Other investment is an asset. Provident fund investment in asset. These three will be taken to balance sheet asset side. Seminar, conference expenses, consultancy we have already deducted from concern income. Land asset. Okay, so first for the time being, how many assets I am taking out? 1, 2, 3, 4. Land, investments, and I already told you stock of stores. So now let us see. Cash at bank asset, library asset. These two also has been taken. Balance sheet asset side. Library is an asset. Cash in hand and bank is an asset. These two also have been taken out. Got it, all of you? Now, only one part. Now we are having some information about tuition fees receivable from government for backward class scholars. This 80,000 is outstanding income. Outstanding income will go to credit side of income and expenditure and balance sheet asset side. So you can see tuition fee and other fee 8,80,000 has been taken. Actual tuition fee 8 lakhs. How you got 80,000, sir? This is after adding 80,000 which is due from government. How you got 8 lakh 80? 8 lakhs received plus 80,000 outstanding. $80,000 outstanding. Okay, clear? So it is becoming 8 lakh 80. This 80,000 outstanding will have second effect. It will go to where? Balance sheet asset side also. Tuition fees receivable. Clear? Now this is also has been completed. So this adjustment has been completed. Then depreciation to be provided on straight line basis. I think most of you are having knowledge. Those are having doubt. The next topic we start with the depreciation. There you will be learning. Depreciation is provided on straight line basis at the following rates. Building depreciation chapter you will be learning. Some of you might have complete depreciation earlier. Some of you might have completed for some sections later. But anyhow, straight line basis. Building 5%. So the thing is that in trial balance we are having for the first time provision for depreciation, provision for building, provision for plant and equipment, provision for, so we are having three things: provision for depreciation on building, on plant and equipment, on furniture and equipment, furniture and fittings. Building 5% depreciation, Now, when provision for depreciation is appearing, building is at cost 5%. Then depreciation on plant is how much? 10%. Straight line means we need to calculate an original cost. 16 lakhs into 5%, 80,000. 8 lakh 50,000, 10%, 85. Furniture and fittings percentage, 10%. 6 lakhs into 10%, 60,000. Current year depreciation. So on 3 assets, we are having some depreciation rate. Motor vehicles, we don't have any provision. But motor vehicles, directly you can calculate what is the value of motor vehicles. Motor vehicle depreciation, 20%. 20% means 1 lakh 80, 10%, 18,000, 20% means 36,000. It is coming to 80,000. This is current year depreciation. Just I am writing these things to explain here itself. 85,000, 60,000 current year depreciation, 36,000 current year depreciation. Now, sir, for the first time, those who are learning provision for depreciation, I'll give you a small example to explain this. Normally, you know that when asset has been purchased, let me take an example of a plant and machinery. 1 lakh is the cost. 10% depreciation on SLM, straight line method, less depreciation at the rate of 10%, say for example, 10,000. Normally, in intermediate, those who are coming from commerce stream or in depreciation chapter CA foundation, you have learned this. Cost minus depreciation, 90,000 is called as return down value. Under straight line method, SLM means straight line method, depreciation remains constant. Depreciation is always calculated on cost price. So this is return down value. Again, 10% depreciation at the rate of 10%. Now 10% again is to be calculated 1 lakh. If it is return down value, will be calculating 90,000, it becomes 9,000. It is also called as reducing balance method. But under straight line method, you always calculate depreciation on cost price. It is coming to 10,000. So 80. This is one way of doing it. This is what is called as when provision for depreciation is not maintained. Now the college don't want to show return down value. College always want to show the cost price as an asset. That means they want to maintain cost price in the balance sheet for easy reference. And what they do, they will be having a separate account called as provision for depreciation. First year 10,000. Second year 10 plus 10, it becomes 20, you know. So second year, first year cumulative effect is called as provision depreciation. Now after first year, what is written down value to be taken to balance sheet? 90,000. What is the written down value to be taken? 1 lakh minus 20, 80,000. You're getting the same thing, no? What is the difference, sir? Here every year depreciation is deducted from concerned asset. But here, even though the treatment is same, you deduct current year depreciation. But it is called as accumulated depreciation. That means first year 10,000, second year 20, third year 10, it becomes 30. It keeps on accumulating. That means asset account and provision for depreciation account goes parallelly and by hand. So I think you'll be discussing much about, or those you have learned already in depreciation chapter you might have learned. So what is to be done now, sir? Depreciation, how to calculate. So the provision for depreciation which is given here, I told you opening, that is last year cumulative effect. Last year up to 31st December, last year up to 31st March, no? Up to 31st, yeah, up to 31st March 15 or 1st April 15, this is the depreciation they have provided, is having cumulative effect. Cumulative means every year depreciation is added to separate account called as provision for depreciation. So now what happened to this 4 lakh 80, we need to add current year depreciation. What is building current year depreciation? 80,000. And what is plant and equipment depreciation? 85,000. This is to be added. Furniture and fittings, 60,000 is to be added. Clear to all of you? 80 plus 85 plus 60, like that. The same thing what we have done here, working notes. Provision for depreciation. This is opening balance. Addition, that is depreciation for current year. I've already just now told you here. $80, $85, $60. This is closing balance. So this is to be deducted from the cost price of the asset. That is what they have done in the balance sheet. Building and cost, depreciation. This is 5,60,000. Here you got it. Similarly, plant 5,90,000. Furniture 3,96,000. You can see. Correct. 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 This is what is called as now written down value. This is called as written down value. But on one asset, motor vehicles, we don't have any accumulated depreciation. Means maybe they might have purchased last year. So that on this depreciation is current year. Current year 36,000 only, no? Clear to all of you? Now, the current year depreciation is debited to income and expenditure. Motor vehicle, we don't have provision, but current year depreciation. 80, 85, 60, 36, we have done it already. 80, 85, 60, 36. It will be debited to income and expenditure. It will be deducted from concerned assets. So, total depreciation right from the purchase day till this is called as accumulated depreciation, or it is also called as depreciation provision. When you are not maintain any depreciation provision on plant and machinery, that is being directly deducted. Sorry, not plant and machinery, motor vehicles. It has already been directly deducted because you don't have any provision for depreciation. Clear to all of you? So the first effect is P&L account income and expenditure debit side. Second effect is deduct from concerned asset along with provision for depreciation. Got the clarity what is provision for depreciation? It is also called as accumulated depreciation. Every year depreciation instead of deducting from the concerned asset, they will be maintaining separate account so that whatever the consumed part of the asset you will be knowing when you maintain provision for depreciation. I repeat once again why provision for depreciation method is being followed. To know the consumed part of depreciation. To know the consumed part of depreciation, generally this method is being followed. Clear to all of you? Now, after doing this, every adjustment has been completed. Everything has been explained. Okay. Now, finally, you can go to closing of income and expenditure. You are getting a surplus of 3,19,000. It is been added to excess of income or expenditure, nothing but surplus. Then which will tally? Balance sheet will tally. Okay, I hope you got the clarity of this problem. So you practice this. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. God bless you all. And one more thing, just a minute before I conclude. Balance sheet also total has been tallied. All items has been taken to balance sheet. Clear to all of you? Every item I've explained. You look at this problem once again. Is there in the study material? If you got any doubts, you can ask me then later on, right? Till then, goodbye. Thank you. God bless you all.